MiniWarGaming's Rise of the Blood Reaver.
Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to Storytime Part 6, the season finale of Rise of the Blood Reaver 40k narrative campaign. Spoiler alert, I will be talking about what happened in missions 5A and 5B, so if you haven't watched the campaign up until now, go back through the playlist and actually watch from the beginning. That way you can actually understand the story and maybe have a bit more investment into it as well. And so, where we left off, the Grey Knights were fighting bravely to close the warp rifts, and they did actually succeed, and once again took even more casualties. So it was a narrow victory, but they closed them, so they weren't overwhelmed by the demons. None escaped without wounds except for Cassius, who after a long protracted battle with the Herald of Khorne finally kind of feigned his own death, allowed the Herald to think that he had succeeded in finally killing him, only to actually strike down the Herald of Khorne. And so Cassius was able to defeat him in the end. The Tau didn't do much better over in their ambush of the Chaos, which turned out to be an ambush against them. And although they killed the Renegade army, they had taken major losses. When they struck down Helen, her body actually burst into flames, and when the flames receded, she actually came back out still alive, but no longer as Sister Helen, but as a winged demon, ready to fight back. They drove her off, but did not kill her, even though the Tau commander was killed in that fight. So Helen succeeded in the fact that there was a lot of death, which was what she needed. And on top of that, she's able to slip towards the shrine as everybody else was busy and preoccupied trying to close all the smaller warp rifts. So when Titus, Cassius, and Anton returned with the Grey Knights' forces into the crypt, they were surprised to find the demonically possessed Helen there, already standing by the shrine. She looked quite pleased with herself as she proclaimed that they were too late, and that the return of the Blood Reaver in all of his glory and power was inevitable. With that, she thrust the relic blade into the broken shrine, and immediately a shockwave rushed out, knocking everybody to the ground. When they finally regained their composure and stood up, they saw to their horror that the warp rift had fully returned and expanded, and that the giant demon prince Darun Blood Reaver was starting to manifest in the material realm. They also saw that they were once again surrounded by his minions, so they had to fight yet another army of demons. They just couldn't keep them back. In a moment of clarity, however, Cassius and Anton both realized that if the relic blade could open the rift, then it was probably the key to closing the rift and re-imprisoning the demon prince. Unfortunately, standing between them and the demon Helen was an army of Khorne, who they would have to fight and banish back to the warp first. If they couldn't get the relic and close the shrine in time, then they would be facing an even greater threat, one that they might be powerless to overcome. So we have our two missions in the links below. In mission 6A, we have the fight in the crypt, in the shrine, of the Grey Knights against the demons. And then mission 6B will be the grand finale. It'll be a larger game, which you'll have to wait to see what happens in mission 6A to understand what is going to happen in 6B. So these ones are actually sequential, as opposed to all the other missions which were simultaneous or somewhat simultaneous. And so 6A will then trail into 6B. So the links to the videos are in the description below. And of course, 6A is for free, and 6B is in the MiniWarGaming Vault. If you're not a Vault member, you can still click it, get a 7-day free trial, and get access to the whole narrative campaign, watch it all. And if you don't want to stay a Vault member, just cancel. It's okay. I won't get mad at you, because I know that you probably won't cancel, because once you're in there, most people stick around. So go ahead and click the links below to watch the next two battle reports. Thanks for watching, and happy wargaming.